of all, this lighting. It was an absolutely stunning day outside. I am trying to make the lighting better, but to be honest, this is about as good as you get. But I am starting with a bare face. I've done all of my skincare, primed my eyelids, and now we're going in with foundation to even out my skin tone. I am using the slightly vintage method of dotting it all around my face and then blending it in. You see this in a lot of 1940s and 1950s beauty tutorials, and to be honest, it is the way that I personally prefer to do my foundation. I find that I don't use as much product and that it is a lot easier to control this way, so that's why I prefer to do it like this. A large kabuki brush to do the initial blend out, and then a sort of more dense round-headed brush to blend it all in and remove any excess product. For my eyebrows, I use the Just Peachy matte palette and a combination of a warmer and cooler dark brown together to fill in and shape my eyebrows. You can see that my eyebrows are very thin and arched. That's just the way that I like them. It is quite authentic for the time period, and I am just filling them in the way that I like and trying to make them as symmetrical as possible. I much prefer powder on a thin angled brush to pencil, but everyone's preference is different, so fill them in however you like. Going in with the Too Faced Natural Love palette, I'm using this neutral, really sparkly shade all over the inner half of my eyelid, and I'm using my finger to get the most pigment. Then going in with Honey Butter, which is a light warm brown, and blending back and forth in the crease to provide warmth and sort of set the stage for the rest of the eye look. From the Cinnamon Swirl palette by Too Faced, I'm applying this really lovely warm shade on the outer half of my eyelids and blending that into the crease as well. This gives a really gorgeous effect, especially on my brown eyes. I really like the way it looks. It gives a lot of depth to the eye, especially as this is a matte shade and the other is shimmery. That shade is also going along my lower lash line. Going in with this slightly cooler brown to deepen up the crease just a little bit more. I wanted definition at my lash line, but I didn't want to go with a black liquid eyeliner. Fun fact, the 1940s didn't actually favour eyeliner that much, so I'm just using this dark brown eyeshadow on, again, a thin angled brush and drawing a line from about halfway across my lash line and very slightly winging out. I wanted a really bright inner corner, so I'm using Poodle, which is a shimmery white from that same palette, to fill in the inner corners of my eyes. Then it's time to conceal. This Revolution concealer is absolutely my favourite. I love the cushiony applicator and it leaves my under eyes really nice and bright. There is a reason that everyone raved about the Essence Lash Princess mascara, and that is because it is genuinely amazing. I love this mascara so much, and Essence as a whole is really high quality, cruelty-free and really affordable, so I would definitely recommend them if you are looking to pick up any new makeup products. I would give Essence a try. I wanted a little bit of a hint of blue, so I'm going over that inner corner highlight with another white, but this one has a very slight blue reflect to it to match the blue flocking in the dress that I'm wearing. Matte faces were a must for ladies of the 1940s, and for me as well, because I have quite oily skin, so I am just powdering over there. For the face, I am using the Too Faced Sweet Peach Glow Kit. I love this so much. I have loved it ever since I got it a few years ago, and I'm just using the bronzer to sculpt out and add warmth to my face and my temples. Then I'm using the gorgeous shimmery peach blush shade on my cheeks and building up until I like the colour. Highlighter goes in 2 lines above my brows, on the tip of my nose and the centre of the bridge, and on my cheekbones in this sort of slight C shape. This is just the way I like to highlight. The lips, of course, have to be Bessemae's 1941 Victory Red lipstick. This is a replica of a genuine vintage shade from 1941 that was very popular at the time. I've said it before and I'll say it again, the key to those perfect red lips is a lip brush. You want to apply with a lip brush and then fill in with the bullet of the lipstick. Now moving on to the hair. As you can see, my hair was in a mixture of some rollers and some pin curls with both bobby pins and these larger little clippy thingies. The technical term, clippy thingies. So I'm starting by just removing all of those and seeing the curl that I have to work with. Instead of doing a really complicated and involved hairstyle, which is what I tend to usually do for this event, I actually just wanted to go with that really classic soft 1940s curls look with the side parting. So that is why I didn't end up doing a whole lot with my hair, and I really loved the way that this looked. I thought it came out really pretty. So once all of the pins and the rollers are removed, you can go in with a little bit of pomade. I really like this one by Mobster's Duchess, and just running that all the way through the hair, and then I'm just separating those curls through with my fingers until it gets to the shape and the fluffiness that I like. This is great because you can really adjust it to yourself. You can pull it out quite a lot or you can leave it quite curly. I wanted to leave it a little bit curlier because I knew I would be dancing all day and it would probably drop, which it did end up doing. You can't have 1940s hairstyle without a lovely hairpiece of some kind, and I chose this gorgeous spray of flowers, which is one of my absolute favourites. I am, of course, spraying that all with hairspray quite thoroughly to make sure that it stays throughout the day. I have to have a pretty pair of little pearl earrings. I swear these pearls are my go-to for very classic 1940s looks. They never fail me. And I'm also wearing this really beautiful S brooch, which belonged to my nanny, so it is really special to me. Got to have our seamed stockings, of course. My favourite are by What Katie Did. They are so comfortable, and this dress, by the way, is by Revival 4 Vintage, and it is a original 1940s dress. And now let's head over to the event. The Holt and Sheringham 1940s weekend has a very special place in my heart because it is one of the first 1940s events I ever went to way back in the day, and this year I was so excited to be helping out my dance teacher Barry of Swingymabob dance in teaching dance lessons at Weybourne train station. It was such fun. I love dancing. It is such a massive part of my life now, and it was really great fun to get to be on the side of the teacher instead of the student for once. It was quite scary but also so much fun, and I am so proud of myself for doing it.
They made him grow a beautiful boy who's not so sane. He really brought him down because they couldn't change. Can't seem to understand. Because the next day the cat went out and grabbed her the band, and now the puppy jumps when he plays Revelator. He's the boogie woogie beautiful boy, a company. A-toot-a-toot, goes it into the fire. In boogie rhythm, you can't blow a note.
There are also always so many amazing performers. Check out this incredible clip of the disgustingly talented and beautiful and just all-round lovely person, Ashley Evie. She is so sweet. I will link her Instagram in the description down below if you want to see her, find out where she's performing, or hire her for an event, because she is just so lovely and so talented. And look at this dress. She told me she got it on Vinted. Truly the fashion gods were smiling down on her that day.
Forget your troubles, come on, get happy. Better chase all your cares away. Should hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day. The sun is shining, come on, get happy. The Lord is waiting to take your hand. Sing hallelujah, come on, get happy. We're gonna be going to the promised land. We're here.
We also got to see a bit of the lovely and beautifully talented Sarah May. She is always a delight to see and such a great performer, and again a really lovely person.
He took her down to Chinatown. She showed her how to kick the gong round. Howdy, 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 howdy.
The event itself has so many amazing vintage stalls, loads of people dress up and really commit, and it is so much fun and so lovely. I did go again on Sunday, but I completely forgot to film or take many photos. This was my outfit. I thought it was super duper cute. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!